we can't change our genetics, but we can change the way our genes are expressed. I mean, those are facts.
That's why we're doing this. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. And we always use that example when somebody is kind of being negative and pessimistic about, well, I just have bad genes for diabetes. My parents had diabetes. My parents had heart attacks and cardiovascular disease. So basically I'm going to. It's like, well, yeah. Just because it's in your genetics does not mean that you can't change the way your genes are expressed due to environment. And your example was a good one.
Yeah, it's really true. So the interesting thing now with methylation, there is a company that I'm now talking to a lot in the US. They do home methylation kit testing. It's like a COVID test. It's a saliva swab test. So you can test your methylation each day for about a month or so, and you can see where it's starting to change. So instead of what we used to do is you'd send your blood test off to a lab and it would identify your methylation status in that time on that day. And for women in particular, it changes throughout the menstrual cycle significantly. Yeah. And so we can now test, and I'm doing it with a lot of my women with bad hormonal disruption and perimenopause, whereby we can test methylation each day and see when it's sort of changing throughout the cycle. And it's been a game changing. And the interesting thing with this is that there is a significant proportion of people that I'm doing this on that are over methylating, not under. So this is opening a can of worms for me, to be honest, because we could never really see in real time that people are actually severely over methylating. And so when they're over methylating, the symptoms can often look like under methylating. They can have issues with estrogen detoxification, histamine issues. They can have issues with depression, anxiety, irritation. So it's the balance of it. But now we can test in real time to see what is happening with methylation on a day-to-day basis.